Hello there, it's Wednesday the 23rd of January 2013. Welcome to today's United Kingdom Talk. My eyes are a lot better now. It takes about, once if I stroke the cat and touch my eyes, it comes up. Now I have the choice of sort of washing it instantly, which cures the problem within an hour, or leaving it. And often, if I'm in bed and I've done it accidentally, because the cat sleeps on the bed, you see, if I've stroked the cat on the bed and rubbed my eye and it's become itchy, and I'm like, oh, I'll just leave it, And it's the biggest mistake you can make, because it goes on for 24 hours then. But it has recovered now. My eye is now fully opened and not red, I'm pleased to say. All right, how are you? Only a couple of weeks now to my holiday. I'm so excited. Not excited about the journey, of course. You know, I may fly in the posh seats, but I still hate the whole thing of flying. Queuing up at airports and sitting on that plane for hours on end. Although, of course, to New York, it's only like, what is it? It's about 6 hours, isn't it? 6 or 7 hours? To JFK Airport. I do hope I'm recognised as I go in there. As, oh, it's Chris Reardon from United Kingdom Talk. Come straight through, sir, and I have my passport. No need to check that, sir. Just come straight. I do hope I'm treated with the utmost respect. What do you think? Will that happen? Or will I have to queue up with those people and wait for the unhappy looking customs staff at both ends to look at my passport? And can you tell me why you're here, sir? You're going to see what? And I said, I'm going here to see Barry Manilow. You're going to see who? Would they say like that? I do hope not. How rude is that? So only a couple of weeks to go now. I haven't done anything yet. I've got my Esther. I must print that out. I've got an Esther. That's the thing you have to fill out to go into the States. I've got my passport. I haven't put anything in a case yet, so I must start doing that. Don't tend to things. I don't like to leave things to the last minute. Right, yes, I should be going to see Barry. Oh, Barry Manilow. Just a few weeks before we're back together again. Looks like we made it. Even now, when there's someone else who cares, when there's someone who is waiting home for you. Oh, I could burst into the whole song. I don't know. I still haven't put that calendar on the wall yet, have I? I must do that. Right, if it's all right with you, I'm going to go straight for emails, because I'm falling a little bit behind. You've been very, very kindly sending in your thoughts and what have you. Hello to Guillermo. On the subject of bed sheet washing, do you remember we said a couple of shows ago that people were spending weeks, dear, before they washed their bed sheets, and I said they were dirty bastards? Well, Guillermo says, I won't say how long I go between bed sheet washings, but I have since been shamed into washing more regularly. I just washed a few days ago, and will wash again at the week's end. Be better disciplined with my bed linens. Well, thank God for that, Guillermo. You know, if there was any chance of me getting into bed with you, I would have to check the sheets first for dirt and possibly stains. Have you got stains on your bed? Oh, it doesn't matter, don't we? Hope all is well with you. Glad you are fully on the mend with your leg, and your pussy Katie is purring and faring well. She was funny this morning. I was in the office. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to have a good sniff. Sorry, I don't mean to do that on the radio. I've got a bit of a sniff there. Where are we now? Hope all is well with you. Oh yes, Katie is purring and fairly well. Well, this morning while I was preparing for today's show, because I don't just come in here, slam down a few bits of paper and start chatting. It's all prepared, dear. I rehearse the show. Yes, hours of rehearsals go before I actually record the show. What do you mean you don't believe me? How cruel of you. It says, yes, she was at the door today, and she kept me out, meow, meow. I don't know what she wanted. And I realised eventually that the bedroom door was closed, and all she wanted to do was go into bed, jump on the bed, and curl up and go to sleep. And that's where she is now, as usual, you know. She does sleep a lot now, Katie. Hugs my friend, Nemo from San Francisco, California. Who's Nemo? Is that your real name, Nemo? I've been calling you Guillermo for the last 4 years. Is it Nemo? Well, do get in touch and let us know. Why are people using aliases? Are you scared that you might be recognised writing to this show? Possibly. Hello to Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy, friend of Richard Vobes, who writes a very, very professional show, I must say. More professional than this one. I have to say it. I do. Hi, Chris. If I'm honest, I'd forgotten all about you. They all do. Everyone forgets about me, Jimmy. Nobody loves me. I'm unwanted. I'm on a shelf. I'm tossed aside like a piece of old rubbish. That's me. Anyway, I'd forgotten all about you until Paul Edwards mentioned you on his show. Paul Edwards, someone else who does podcasts. Very nice podcast Paul does, very laid back, do you know what I mean? I looked in today on YouTube and was pleased to see you're still about yet. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. I've been booked to do the next 20,000 years of shows talking as much as... And I intend to talk for every last second. Don't you worry about that, dear. Love the show and especially your cheerful personality. A breath of fresh air. There is fresh air here out in Royal Berkshire, where I live. Bracknell in Royal Berkshire. We are surrounded by fresh air and trees. Not like London. Oh, God's sake. Got to take a gas mask when you go to London. There's so much pollution now. Thank you, Jimmy. And nice to hear from you as well, sir. Yes. YouTube, I'm pleased to see I'm still about. Cheerful personality. I do try and keep a cheerful personality. I do like to have a little bit of a chat. Although I have to say, apparently someone at one of the places I work where I do a quiz night, but they were having this discussion, one of the bar staff, I can tell you this because none of them watched, apparently one of the bar staff was saying, they were talking about the various things that go on in the pub, it's where I do the quiz, and this member of bar staff said, all he does is walk around and talk through a microphone. Well, that's it! That is the night! Stupid thing to say, isn't it? That is the night. It's a quiz night. You walk around and you talk on the mic and you make comment and entertain. He just doesn't get it. There are people around. Have you ever found that, you know, something's going on, whatever it is, either an entertainer or a singer or something, and people are standing there going, oh, I don't get it. Your loss. Your loss. Look, a new viewer and listener. Hello to Yukiko. What a nice name, Yukiko. Anyone guess where she's from? Yukiko? Yukiko? No? Japan. Hello, Chris. My name is... Oh, no, hang on. It's not Yukiko. That's the email. It's Natalie. Or is Natalie like a different version of your name because you're like an English version? Don't know. Hello, Chris. My name is Natalie from Japan. This is the first time I've written something to you, but I've been listening to your show for more than a year. A whole year. Then it's a birthday celebration. Happy birthday to you. Yes. I'm one of the people who started listening to the show for English study. But once I listened to it, I love it. I got hooked. Oh, could you spread the word, Natalie? Can you tell all your friends we need more listeners and viewers in Japan? We do. There are not enough people in Japan listening or watching this show. But once I listened to it, just love it. I got hooked. Currently, I'm studying at university and finding a job. After I'd finished, I'd love to fly away to the UK. One day I'll fly away. Oh, look up that song. Natalie. One Day I'll Fly Away. Randy Crawford is the singer. Oh, it's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard. It's recently been done by one of the girls from Girls Aloud. Who is it? Let me. I've written that down somewhere. Oh, I can't remember what her name is now. Could be Catherine, Katie. No, I don't remember. It's recently been redone, and a new version, of course, never as good as the old version. And there was also a version of it in Moulin Rouge with Nicole Kidman. I think she sang it. I'm not 100% sure of that. But the original and the best, of course, is by Randy Crawford. Please look up that tune on YouTube, okay? One Day I'll Fly Away by Randy Crawford. One day I'll fly away, leave my love to yesterday. I'm just holding a sneezing now, incidentally. I'm holding a sneeze. Oh, have I got a tissue? Oh, I have. I'm going to have to let it out. Oh, dear. Oh, no, we're going to have a big one. Oh, something's got up my nose. don't know what it is today. Oh. Funny, isn't it? And yet my voice is unaffected today at all. Sometimes I'm talking and my voice is a little bit like that, isn't it? It's not affected at all today. And yesterday at church, I do go to church Sundays at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Bracknell. I was in fine voice yesterday. I was singing away at those hymns. We do like hymns. Praise to the Lord, the Almighty. I think I'm louder than the choir, actually. And there's 15 of them. 15 people in the choir, and I seem to be louder than all of them. There's one lady in the choir, and she's very posh. Very, very posh. She puts all her makeup and she's there singing at the hymn book. And there I am, belting them out at the front of the church. I notice the priest occasionally wears earphones when I start singing. I don't know why that is. Possibly to amplify my voice, or perhaps he's listening to something. Perhaps he's listening to Abba. Abba or something, or Bananarama maybe. Do you like Bananarama? Anyway, back to this email. Hope you have a good weekend. See you sometime in the near future. And that's from Natalie. And there's a little picture of Natalie as well that she sent. Sorry, Natalie, I just put a little line for your face. I didn't mean to do that, darling. She sent a little picture. Very pretty lady. Brown hair. And just beautiful. You are beautiful, my darling. There we are. Thank you, Natalie. Nice to, and thank you for taking the time to keep in contact. Do keep in contact. What do you want to do once you finish university? Is there a job that you want to do? Please let us know. We like to share all these things, okay? The email to the show, incidentally, gang, is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Right, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes. Type in United Kingdom Talk. You will find the video version and the audio version separately. Just subscribe to each or both, whatever you want to do there. We have Twitter as well. My Twitter is @ChrisReardonUK. @ChrisReardonUK. Alrighty. Here we go to Angela. Hello, Angela. Again, someone who's with us for quite some time now, but she's only just started writing, and I was asking her some questions on the previous show. Hi, Chris. After watching you for such a long time and enjoying every minute, I cannot believe that you've enjoyed every minute, Angela. There must be occasions where you're thinking, oh, God, what's he going on about now? Do you ever think that, Angela? I think that sometimes. I finish recording a show and I think, oh my God, what were you going on about today? Why on earth would anyone want to listen to this old rubbish, dear? Anyway, she says, I enjoyed every minute of it. I feel as if I know so much about you, and yet you know very little about me. Well, I don't know about that, Angela. I do try to keep an eye on people. I really do. A little flying eye in the sky. I'm a great friend with birds. You know birds, flying around, pigeons, sparrows, hawks, eagles, blue tits. I'm a great fan of birds, friends with them all, and they are my eyes and ears. They really are. They fly around and they come back here. They come back here to the Royal Berkshire Mirable Studios and they sit. They sit on my window ledge, tweeting. Tweet, 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 tweet. And I open the window, they fly in and they sit here in front of me and they tell me what's been going on. Oh yes. They tell me all about what's happening, and they tell me what your dear president has been up to. And those naughty people in Syria, what are they up to there, dear? They tell me what's going on all over the world. Yes, they do. But funnily enough, they haven't told me anything about you, Angela. I don't know why that is. I think you're one of those people that keeps yourself to yourself, are you? You don't say much to people, is that right? I'm sure you're friendly, but you don't like to give too much away, do you? I know, I'm exactly the same. I barely talk about myself at all on this show. She says, as you read my first email, you inquired as to where I was from. Yes, inquiry. Inquiry, can I help you? I was born, raised and still live in Illinois in the United States. Is that near New York, Illinois? Where is that, please? Most assume that if you live in Illinois, you live in Chicago, Chicago. Da-da-da-da-da. One of my friends lives in Chicago, Tom Harris. Have you been to Chicago Airport? Dreadful place. All it is places to it. There's nowhere to do real shopping. only really expensive places, like handbags and what's his name? Louis Vuitton? Is that Louis Vuitton? What's his name? Is that the one who makes the handbags? Why are they so dear? My friend Victoria, she's actually the manager at one of the venues I work at, and she posted a picture on her Facebook wall the other day of a picture of a Louis Vuitton handbag and said, I'd love one of these. And I'm like, why would you want to spend a small fortune on, you know, a handbag like that when you can go to the supermarket and get them for free? You can go into a supermarket and get a whole bundle of carry bags and they're free. Why spend hundreds of pounds on a bloody handbag? I don't understand it, Angela. I really don't. You know my best mate Ron? He's a bit up his own arse. I mean, he really is. He's got so many bags, and he will stop. Like, we'll be out shopping, and we'll stop and say, oh, that's a lovely bag. It's a bag. You put things in it. It's a bag, for God's sake. Why would you want to spend thousands of pounds on a bloody bag? I don't get it. Can you plug it in? Does it do something? No. You put things on and carry them around, don't you? What on earth is all that about? Please tell. I don't understand, Angela. I hope you don't go out wasting your money on endless expensive bags like that, my darling. She says, but I am actually from central Illinois and live in a town of about 70,000 people. Oh, it's a big old town, that, isn't it? For one part of my job, which I will tell you about in my next email, I like it. I like it, Angela. You're just feeding us little bits of information at a time where you're keeping us on tenterhooks. I like it. Yes. I like just a little bit at a time. That's what we like, Angela. For one part of my job, I have to do an extensive inventory on several spreadsheets. I don't understand what they are, dear. Spreadsheet. Is that a young person's thing? There were no spreadsheets when I went to school. I don't understand. What is that, a spreadsheet? What is it? I don't know. We didn't have that at school. We had lots of things that seemed to be a complete and utter waste of bloody time at school. Trigonometry. How has that ever helped me in my life? At what point of my life, since I left school, have I ever used trigonometry? Never. Never used it. Algebra. A squared equals B plus 1, C divided by F. When have I ever used that since I left school? Never. Waste of time. The periodic elements table. CH. Well, I don't know. I don't even know. The period. You know that thing at chemistry? The periodic element. They made you try and learn it by heart, didn't they? You had to reel off this periodic table. When has that ever helped you in your life? Have you ever referred to the periodic elements table since you left school? Come on, hands up who did. I'm looking around. No hands up at all. What a bloody waste of time, dear. We could have been doing something useful, like learning to cook, learning to bake bread, that sort of thing, couldn't we? No, we have to waste our time doing all trigonometry and triangles and protractors and all that. Oh, what a bloody waste of time it is, it really is. Anyway, back to this, spreadsheets. You must tell me what a spreadsheet is, I know. So I listen to talk radio or something while I'm doing spreadsheets. The way I first found out about you was through an internet search. I put in the search bar, witty, charming, good-looking British gentleman, and now your website popped right up. I think you're lying, Angela. Oh, you're lying. You're lying. Now, which part of that is true? None of it. Not witty, not charming, certainly not good-looking anymore. British gentleman. Oh, well, you got that bit right. British gentleman. Although all those descriptions are true, I'm just kidding about what I searched for. I knew it, you see. I knew. You'll have to go to church for that one, dear. It's a lie. I'm sorry, it is a lie. You will have to confess that sin. I chose to visit your site, even though it came up with lots of other ones. Listen to one of your shows and have been hooked ever since. I hook you. You've been hooked in. Like a fish on a fish hook. That's it. I'm going to reel you in, reel it in. I have a brother whose name is Sean, and he enjoys listening to you as well and thinks you are so cool. Please say hi to him because it will make his day. Hello, Sean. Are you in Illinois too, or are you in another part of the world, Sean? Well, I can't wait to tell you about my interesting occupation as well as my brother's in the next email. I'll give you a hint and see if you can guess. Here we go, boys and girls. It's time to guess the job. In my job, I make the world a more beautiful place, and my brother is the last one to let you down, and he will never be without a job. Ooh. You make the world a more beautiful place. Well, you can't be a painter and a decorator, surely not, dear. I wonder what you do. Do you do something with plants? Are you a gardener? No? Don't know. I have no idea. Oh, I'm wondering now, Angela. I need to know what you do. And your brother. Your brother sounds very much like me. I never let anyone down. I really never ever let anyone down. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, generally, if I'm given a job, someone gives me a job, they can then go on holiday and come back knowing that it will have been done. Absolutely. So I'm glad your brother's like that. There's not enough of us in the world. How many times are we let down? Angela, come on, how many times have you been let down by someone else? I bet you have, haven't you? People that don't do their jobs properly. Thank you, Angela. Nice to hear from you. And now I need to know what you do. Please send the other letter in rapidly as possible. How far are you up on Merlin now? Did you actually buy the DVDs, or are they kind of showing the entire lot on whatever channel? I think you watch it. Is it PBS or something you watch it on? Public Broadcasting System or something? I'm not sure, Angela. I did write back to Angela telling her that I'd got the email, and she says, thanks for letting me know, Chris. I have seen reports of snow and cold weather your area has been receiving when I look at the news on the BBC and ITV websites. Being from Illinois, I am used to the cold weather and snow. As a matter of fact, the temperature on Monday morning is supposed to be a high of 18 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, what's that? I will have to look that up. One moment, please. Fahrenheit to centigrade. I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, so what did you say? Let me just see. You said 18 degrees Fahrenheit is -7. Woo! It's even colder than it is here. -7 it is. Where Angela lives in Illinois, that is cold. I've attached a photo of part of my front yard, looking part way down the street, and it runs in front of my house. Oh yes. I only have black and white printer here, thank you. Well, I have got a colour one, but very expensive to buy colour ink, so I don't. She says, I have a photo somewhere of snow that was up almost to the bottom of our car windows from a few years back. Maybe I have to try and find it to show you. Well, I don't think I've certainly never seen snow up to my car windows. I've got a little car, a little Toyota Yaris. Very good on fuel economy. I had, what did I have at the weekend? I went somewhere. Oh yes, I was working in a place in Coventry. And I actually got 71 miles to the gallon on Saturday, so I'm quite pleased. I'm a very careful driver. I tend not to put my foot down at all, really. I do about 55 to 60 miles an hour on the motorways. That's fast enough. Still gets me to places. Gonna say hello to Millie in Minnesota. Hello, Millie, who's preparing to come back to the UK. She is trying to arrange a second trip to the UK, aren't you, Millie? We've been staying at that same hotel. It was very nice. Now, what was it called? Was it the Hyatt? Was it the Hyatt Hotel? I know it was in Euston, wasn't it? Was it the Hyatt Hotel? One moment, please. I shall now search for this information. Hotels in Euston. One moment. She stayed at a very posh hotel. I could never, ever afford to stay at that hotel that you were at. Let me see. Oh my God, 100 hotels. Was it Travel Lodge? Or wasn't Travel Lodge, was it, darling? Let's try posh hotels. Shall I try that? Posh hotel Euston. No, it wasn't. It was Holborn, wasn't it? Holborn. Holborn. Posh Hotels, Holborn. Was it the Grange? Oh, I don't know. Was it the Grange Hotel? That doesn't ring a bell, the Grange Hotel. Let me have a look. Is there a picture? I shall soon know once I've seen the... No, it wasn't the Grange Hotel. I know it's down the road from that one, wasn't it? Oh, hotels. What did I say? Holborn. Hotels in Holborn. Grange Hotel. Oh, it only comes... Oh, was it the Thistle? One moment, please. Searching for a picture of the Thistle Hotel. Once I see the picture, I know. Because I did go and meet Millie last, and we had a pizza, didn't we? And you brought me a little chocolate pudding. Only one, unfortunately. I could have had a few of those, but there we are. Oh, no, Bloomsbury. Oh, Millie will be shouting at her computer at the moment. No, can't remember what it was called now. Can't remember, sorry Millie, but she stayed at a very nice hotel. She's coming back there. And Millie writes on the subject of a dear friend and loyal listener who passed away last week, Kath Cormish. You may remember I told you I did write to her son asking if we could have a photo, but he hasn't come back to me. He's probably very busy making arrangements and things like that, so hopefully he'll come back to us. Millie wrote, I've just come back from an appointment and was shocked to read of Kath's sudden death. My heart goes out to you and her family. So that's a nice little message from Millie. Yes, Kath, I spoke to you about in the last show. If you're a new listener and viewer, you won't know, but she has been watching and listening to the show for a few years actually, and wrote me many lovely emails. And then I suddenly got an email from her son, who I didn't know anything about her son, but he obviously, went into her email account thing and picked up some emails and bits and pieces and wrote to us that Kath Cormish had sadly passed to another world. So there we are. Very, very sad news really, but a lovely lady, and with the emails coming back and forth and little Christmas cards and things like that. I'm really touched by anyone who sends anything at all in like that, whether it's an email or a card or something for a post, doesn't matter. It's just nice to have the contact, Hello to Roe. Now, Roe is in China. Hello, Roe, who says, hi, Chris. I'm one of your radio fans in China. I like your style. Excuse me. I'm wondering if you could teach me English through instant messenger like Skype or something. If you don't have time, I can deliver passages in words which you can reply to me briefly. It can be 1 hour a week or several minutes. Of course, I will pay you money. I'm trying to find out how to remit money to a foreign country. I haven't done it before. You can price the lesson. It's okay to charge in your own currency. The passages and questions I want to learn is very easy for you. Sorry to raise such an abrupt question. Hope to get your help and a reply. Well, Rory, as I've already replied to you, of course, with this, unfortunately, I wouldn't have the time to do such a thing for you. I'm quite busy at the moment. I'm involved with something brand new that we're doing at the moment called White Wire. White Wire is like a collection of where you would now hire a mobile disco from, or perhaps a karaoke night. You can have. We've got a website now. Just a second. Let me just double check I've got the right thing here, because I'll probably get it right. But it's on Facebook. If you want to have a look on Facebook, it's White Wire Entertainment. Okay, so facebook.com /White Wire Entertainment. All right. And there's also a main website for the company. It's whitewire.co.uk. Whitewire.co.uk. And the man who's in charge of that, his name is Ian, someone I've known for very many years, and he asked me to come on board with it, and I have indeed joined him. So if you want to have a look at that, it's whitewire.co.uk, all right, the main website, or facebook.com /White Wire Entertainment. And that's one of the things I do. I also work every night, Roy. When I'm not doing that, I'm here in the office. I do this show twice a week, and then I have to do music stuff. And I'm afraid I would not have time to teach you English. Also, I'm probably the wrong person to teach you English. There are, as you well know, a lot of people that listen and indeed watch a show to learn English. And there's a big difference, I think, between watching, say, a video or a television show or listening to a radio show and listening to the English coming out there and listening to it from a teacher. Two completely different things, and you probably need both of them. This, I hope, is like the video side of it. You would need a proper English teacher as well. I'm not a teacher. You know, I think you've got to teach in a certain way, and I wouldn't know how to do that anyway, and haven't got the time. So I am very flattered, and thank you for offering money and all this sort of thing. It's very kind of you, but I'm afraid I can't help you with that, Rory. Okay. He also wanted to know, by the way, once I heard the American Talk USA. I forgot his name. His name was Joe. May I have his name and email? I want to give that a try. Well, he doesn't do that anymore. He actually stopped doing that for... he hasn't done that for a few years now. So I can't help you there as well, I'm afraid. All right. Sorry about that, Rory, but nice to hear from you. And keep watching. You never know what you might learn from this show. All right. Hello to, oh look who it is, it's Cousin Joe. Cousin Joe in Australia, who writes on the subject of, I said to you, you know, do you call your cleaning machine a Hoover or a vacuum cleaner? I've always called mine a Hoover. Doesn't matter what brand it is, we've called it a Hoover. Whereas, in fact, they are known as they should be called vacuum cleaners, but everyone calls them Hoover. And I said, what do you call yours? And Joe says, always a Hoover. Always call it a Hoover. I just bought a new one, and for my first time in my life, it is actually a Hoover brand. Hoover. Hoover. I like the word, don't you? Hoover. I told you my nephew, Gary, I mean, he's older now. He's, what is he, 27 or 28? I think Gary is. And when he was a little boy, he was scared of Hoovers. And he'd hear the Hoover go on, he'd go, and he'd go, oh, Hoover, Hoover, and he'd put his arms up, Hoover. I've never let him forget that, incidentally. Yes. Hello to Ross Patdout. And Ross Patdout is a great writer, boys and girls. He spends a lot of time putting together his emails to the show, and this particular one says Fab Show. That's it. I mean, come on, Ross, put a bit more thought into it than that. Bloody hell. Can we have a little bit more thought into just 2 words? Thank you, Ross. Hello to Zach. Again, in Australia, who says, I did enjoy the line, don't tell anyone, this is our little secret, that you said on a previous show. The funniest thing to hear on a social platform. Yeah, but you mustn't tell people everything that I talk about, Zach. It's a little secret between you and me. No one else knows. It's our little secrets. All right? All these shows are our little secrets. However, I do appreciate when some of you indeed post a link to the show on your Facebook walls. It was always very kind, and I do appreciate that. You know, we don't get thousands and thousands of people listening or watching the show. It's just a couple of hundred, which is okay. But it's always nice to spread the words. So I would appreciate, you know, especially perhaps the people in Japan and China. If this has helped you with your English, perhaps you could spread it to some of your friends, and it might help them as well. You know, there's nothing in it for me other than more people watching. I don't, you know, don't make any money from this. Don't need to, really. I'm quite happy sitting here talking on to you, and that's it. Hello to Marj, who writes. I was saying about torrents. You know, I know people download films and things through torrents. I don't think it's quite legal, is it? Torrents, but nevertheless it does exist, and people download films. And I've never had torrents myself, but I'd be worried about getting viruses and things like that. And Marge writes, I've done torrents for 16 years and only got 1 Trojan. Well, 1's enough, isn't it? My computer is connected to my television. Oh, really? So you watch the films on the telly? Very pleasant, because I can put it on pause and put it on my cell phone. Most torrents that are made right when video is out are cam captured and not good quality. Most will watch those and still pay to watch the same movie at the theatre if it's good. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. I don't think I could watch a film. Well, what's that here? Is that no? I don't think I could watch the film if it was bad quality. You know, I couldn't do that. I need to go. I like to see a good film at the cinema. You can't be going to the cinema. Well, the last time I went, it stank in there. Oh, it stank of BO and it was too hot. Do you remember what was that film? James Bond's Skyfall. Went to see that and it stank in that cinema. I think there must have been too many people in there with their shoes off. Dirty bastards, all of them. Marj also writes, in one of your older videos this year, or last year, you said that you might have something for loyal viewers. It's not that I wanted something, but maybe you forgot. No, I didn't forget, just never got around to it, I'm afraid. Didn't able to get around that. I was curious to be what it might be if you did send anything out. But you nice to be something as a token, but you just are in the UK. But I don't view just to get a reward, of course. No, we didn't do anything in the end, Marj. Didn't have time. It just went a bit mad around that period, you know, with Christmas things and what have you going on. Do you and machines ever have issues? Yes. I often can't work them. It's bad enough trying to work these computers in here, dear, to talk to you. It's very difficult. I was called to jury duty this week, and on break, the paper towel dispenser, when you wave your hands in front of that pop-out paper, would not give me a paper towel. Oh, we haven't got any of those here. I haven't seen one of those. So you just wave your hand across it, and out comes a paper towel. Oh, we haven't got one of those here. I haven't seen those. How wonderful. No matter how I waved my hand over it, slow or fast, it ignored me. 2 other ladies tried it and it worked for them. I tried again and to no avail. I left out of the bathroom and walked around to get some water and pushed the water fountain and it would barely trickle out a fountain. I thought to myself, what gives? A lady again behind walks up to the fountain and uses it and a large stream begins running for her to take a drink. So I tried it again and back to the tiny trickle. I think it was my day for the machines not to like me. Do you ever do that? Yes, I do, and I hate it when machines don't work. Have you ever done a case, Marj, you know, where your computer doesn't work, it just doesn't work, and you try and fix it, nothing will make it work as it did the day before. And you try for hours to sort it out, so you just turn it off, and you come back to it later, and it's working perfectly. What is all that about? I'm sure computers are alive, really. They are going to take over the earth, Marj. They are. I walked up to a checkout once and the cash register wouldn't even work. I kill watches that I wear. Am I a walking magnet or an electrical person? Let me know. It's all very worrying. I'm not having you in this studio, Marj. I'll tell you that now. You don't come in near my house. Oh dear. Lights flickering and everything. Funnily enough, the lights were flickering last night. I was, not last night, Sunday night at Belushi's where I do karaoke. I do 3 lots of karaoke, boys and girls. If you're ever in the London area, I do karaoke at Belushi's in Camden High Street, 8 p.m. to 12 p.m. 12 a.m. on Sunday nights. And karaoke on Monday and Wednesdays between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. at Belushi's in Borough High Street. Okay, if you want to come and sing there ever for us. And the lights were flashing away on Sunday, and every now and again there'd be a little flicker, and I thought any moment now the power's going to go out. But it didn't, fortunately. What was funny was watching people trying to get into an office and the door would not stay open. They placed a peg on the floor and one door and it worked fine. The other door, the peg would just slide and the door closed on the people as they went in. I sat there watching over 85 people trying to push a peg into the bottom of the door, each order and the line they went in. It was hilarious. Each one would place the peg in different spots thinking, oh, this will work. But I think the floor was just too slick in that place. I've got to tell you, Marj, years ago, I'm going back 15 years here, we were in me and my friend was in a nightclub, Turnmills it was called, in East London, and there's like 2 steps as you go down. Now, they didn't have any air conditioning, and this place used to get packed, I mean full up with people, absolutely full up with people, and the floor would become slippery with sweat. Not sweat, you know, condensation. Me and my friends stood at the top of these 2 stairs, and as people used to come along, they would slide, they would fall over, and we just get... Isn't that awful? I just thought I kept laughing all the time at these people falling over. I shouldn't laugh, really. Another funny thing they do is roll call, and they called out a person and 2 people answered at the same time. We all looked round like we have 2 of them. Each had heard the name differently, but only one was the right one. What happened to my cup of tea that I bought in here? I'm sure I bought a cup of tea in here. Oh, did I drink it already? Just a minute. It's had it there. Oh, it's gone. It's already drunk. How strange is that? One lady came in, and after roll call, she said she wasn't called. Well, the judge asked the clerk to check and realised the lady was on the red team, which was not even supposed to be there that day. Judge says, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but don't come till next Tuesday, but thanks for being so prompt. They separated 150 to 3 teams of red, white and blue. I am on the blue team. Today, however, I got out of the selection process for the actually juror by the man accepting a guilty plea. Was he guilty? Send him down, dear. Send him down. 1 more week and then it's over. They pay us only for gas, as in fuel, petrol, to come until we are actually chosen. Only between 6 to 12 are actually chosen, with 1 extra as a stand-in in case someone gets sick or doesn't show up or anything. Have you ever been on jury service, and do they do it that way there? This makes my 2nd time so far, but easier when you have done it before that way. Yes, I have been on jury service, actually, Marj. It was a long time ago. Let me think. Must have been about 20 years ago, jury service, and it's very similar. Yes, they do pay expenses, and I think they give you a little bit, just not much, but they give you a bit of money to buy something to eat, maybe sandwiches, cup of tea, and you all go into a room. All these people that have been chosen go into this big room, and you sit down and relax. You've got a book to read there. I can't remember if I had a mobile phone now or whatever, and basically you are called in. Someone comes in and calls your name, and then you become part of that jury. And you can be sitting in this room the whole day waiting to be called and not be called. That can happen. Yeah. And yes, I was chosen, and I think it was a burglary case or something. I can't remember his name or anything like that. Burglary case that I went in, and he got found guilty, and I was the spokesperson, so I was the one who had to stand up and say, guilty! Oh no, dear. And all the family were looking at you and everything. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be beaten up outside. But it didn't happen, because we go out, and then I think they keep... I don't know how it works, actually. But yes, we found them guilty, and I had to stand up and say, guilty! Guilty! Like that. And the thing is, Marj, once you read out whether they're innocent or guilty, after that, and not before, they then tell you of all the previous convictions that the person had. And this bloke, he had a list as long as your arm, all these things that he'd supposed to have done over the years. Oh, it's shocking, it really is. Hope all is well, Marj. Hope all is well. Hope Katie is doing well. My mother had to put her cat to sleep, but he was in his 20s. Oh, Marj. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's just horrible losing a little cat in it. It really is, or a dog, or a pet, or anything like that. Makes me very sad losing animals. Oh, 45 minutes. Do we need to finish here? I think we'll have to finish here, boys and girls. Okay, I don't want to bore you too much, okay? I've got some emails here waiting. Couple here from Robert in Iceland. Hello, Robert. And James as well. James has sent us 2 emails from James and 2 from Robert as well. I think there was another one from Marj somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not. No, I don't think there's any more from you, Marj. If I've missed any of your emails out, Marj, do let me know, but I'm sure I've read them all. up to now, and everyone else's except for those two. Okay, thanks very much for watching and listening, boys and girls. As it's Wednesday, don't forget I'm doing karaoke tonight at Belush's Bar in Borough High Street, London, every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Excuse me. You will need photo ID for that. And could you do me a favour, if you're on Facebook at all, could you go to facebook.com/White Wire Entertainment and click the like there and have a little look around, and it tells you that what me and a few friends and myself are doing with this mobile disco and karaoke hire thing that we're trying to create. All right. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Email address chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. See you on the next show. Bye bye.